Hey guys, welcome to this week's Newcastle update. Lots to talk about today. The West Brom win, the Leeds defeat, lots more in between, a match preview ahead of the Fulham game. So if you like this video, do hit the like button and subscribe for more Newcastle content, and let's get into it. So let's start with the 2-1 win against West Brom at the weekend. God, that seems like a lifetime ago now. Let's just revisit how it all panned out. So early goal from Miggy, I was buzzing for him. Brilliant start, but I don't actually feel we finished the first half the stronger team. And as for the second half, that Darnell Furlong, he scored the equaliser in the 50th minute. And the game sort of dragged on, but I'd say for periods, West Brom continued to be the better team for the second half. Then super sub, Dwight Gale, he came on and he just changed the game with a solid header to make it 2-1, and that was in the 82nd minute. In the dying minutes of the game, I did panic actually that we wouldn't be able to defend the lead, and we've seen late collapses before, and I just wasn't convinced that it was done and dusted in the 6 minutes of added time, but fortunately we did it. We came away with the 3 points. Let's talk about some positives. So I guess I was really impressed with Isaac Hayden. Didn't expect him to start. He was recovering from COVID, but you would have never have guessed it. It's a fantastic performance. He made 3 crucial interceptions, 6 clearances, and great effort actually from Joe Linton and Callum Wilson. Big Joe, he looked more lively in the first half from what I remember, more so in the first half, and he did almost score. John Joe Shelby, he really got stuck in. I think he was the hardest worker on the pitch and he made 54 passes. Kieran Clark also had a decent game. It was the first time also that Dwight Gale and Callum Wilson, they were paired up front, and I liked the flow from that setup. Jacob Murphy, he deserves a mention. He assisted the winning goal. He's now provided 1 assist in each of his 3 Premier League campaigns, so quite a promising trend for him. Despite the COVID outbreak at the club just a week prior, I was pleasantly surprised to see us adapt and overcome the challenges. No disrespect to West Brom, but bottom of the table. They've even sacked their manager since that clash. It says it all. We needed to be coming away with 3 points and nothing less. And I would have been pretty mortified with a loss or a draw, to be honest. I think speaking of being mortified, let's move on to the Leeds game. So that was on Wednesday. Leeds 5, Newcastle 2. I'm really discouraged to talk about it. I know I'm used to speaking about the bad results, obviously, but just, I guess, the manner in which we lost. We took the lead and then we conceded 5 goals. It is what it is. I'm still pretty stunned. For me, it served as a reality check. I don't know where to start. I think we should start with stats, actually. I do love a good stat, but not today. Possession, Leeds 69%, Newcastle 31%. Shots on target, Leeds had 10 shots on target and we managed 4. So let's talk about what went wrong. I'll start by saying that Leeds were quality. They played with desire. They're an organised side. They're not great at defending set pieces, but that seemed minor given the attacking display that caused us problems for about 90 minutes. I think the best way to go about this is to just talk about my main issues with the defeat. So number 1, for me personally, it's Carl Darlow being inexcusably exposed. I feel so bad for him. After the way he stepped in for Dubravka, week on week, we've seen him put up resilient displays against all odds, and he's just been making countless game-changing stops. I can't even imagine how frustrated he must be to bear the brunt of our defensive collapses. on a regular basis. Okay, let's move on to a questionable change. So in the 62nd minute, Steve Bruce replaced Jeff Hendrick with Emil Kraft. And I mean, we had Dwight Gale on the bench, Miggy as well. And at that point, we needed to ramp up the attacking pressure. And our first sub was Emil Kraft. What was he going to offer going forward? Nothing. And it was an uphill struggle as we just kept conceding after that. It was the last 15 minutes. The last 15 minutes were just a horror show. And we didn't even respond to those 3 goals. We didn't even respond. Sean Longstaff had an absolute stinker of a game. I don't want to admit this, as I've had all the faith in the world for him to just bounce back and impress us like he did pre-injury. I thought in recent weeks he'd looked promising, but then against Leeds, I guess I just remembered how quick Sean is hit with self-doubt when something does go wrong for him, and he looked a shadow of his former self. I lost count how many times he lost the ball. He pretty much assisted Leeds' 3rd goal. He was just so slow to react to counter-attacks. I know collectively the team failed in different areas. I mean, to concede 5 goals, obviously, but Sean's poor display really stood out for me. His shortcomings in the midfield, it just allowed Leeds to slice through our already weak defence, and I feel really bad. And I can't help but think, as an attacking midfielder, perhaps maybe it's not just his form to blame. Perhaps he's not being played in a style that allows him to thrive to his full potential. I'll never forget his first 10 games or so under Rafa. The quality on display, it was so exciting, 2-footed, comfortable getting involved offensively, a young, bright spark in the midfield. No wonder there was interest in him from other clubs like Man United. He's currently on the decline though. I don't know even how to explain it. What do you guys think? I mean, do you think he deserves all the criticism that he's getting? Does he still have the potential to grow into the player that we all hoped him to be? Let me know in the comment section below. I did actually read today that he could be heading to Spurs in January. How would you guys feel about that? Do let me know. So let's move on to the Fulham game, which is this Saturday. And the busy Christmas period just terrifies me, if I'm honest, especially with our COVID outbreak. I just really hope that Isaac Hayden is rested this weekend. He deserves it. And after that post-COVID performance against Leeds just 3 days ago, I'm sure he needs time to rest up. We also have our Carabao Cup clash against Brentford just around the corner on Tuesday. And I really don't know how rotations will play out over the next few days. What will be prioritised? We're going to have to see. Traditionally, this season, when we've had a poor result, we always hit back with a decent display in the next game, and I really hope that's the case against Fulham, because we'll actually be playing our 3rd promoted club in the space of 8 days. So we have to make the most of this opportunity to get 3 points. Today in the press conference, Steve Bruce actually said that there aren't any new injuries to report, so thank God for that. And I do want to see more of Ryan Fraser this weekend. I was actually really thrilled to see him in the starting lineup against Leeds. I mean, it was not the best game to be rejoining the squad, but I'm confident that with game time, he'll be able to revive that formidable partnership with Callum Wilson. It's only a matter of time, I'm sure of it. And also, today Steve Bruce said that we do still have 4 or 5 missing through illness, and I'm assuming it's Lascelles, Cher, Manquillo, and Alan Saint-Maximin, because none of them featured against Leeds. And with Alan Saint-Maximin, I can only assume he had or has COVID. Either that or something is definitely going on at the club between him and Steve Bruce. I really thought today it'll be a little bit clearer on him, but if he's definitely out of the Fulham game as well, am a little concerned, I'm not gonna lie. During the outbreak, he was uploading stories on his Instagram doing the school run, so I thought he's not isolating, and I just assumed he was unaffected. But now I'm not so sure. I just hope we find something out soon. As for Fulham, well, okay, they're sitting third bottom in the league standings and they've not won any of their last 3 games. Mitrovic, he's been struggling with niggling injuries, but apparently he's in contention to start against us this weekend. I don't know, but I just think that if Fulham are up for a fight, Mitrovic will play a part in it. I think he deserved more time on Tyneside, actually. The way he was loaned out to Fulham and the goals were just flowing, I felt we could have tapped into that potential, but it's just the way it goes, really. I mean, coming away last season with the Golden Boot for the Championship, I think 26 goals he got is just outstanding. And I think it's just a matter of time before he finds his feet in the Premier League as well. I just hope that we're not on the receiving end of it. So we're unbeaten in our last 5 Premier League home games against Fulham. And as dreadful as the Leeds game ended, Callum Wilson managed to register his 10th goal involvement. He assisted Jeff Hendrick's goal. How consistent is he? I mean, if anyone can find the back of the net against Fulham, it's definitely Callum Wilson. I'm going to predict 2-1 to us. And that's me being super optimistic after Wednesday's thrashing. I have a little bit of faith in the team to respond well to that embarrassment. I just think that to get that kind of result, you're going to bounce back. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm going to finish there. I've been talking quite a lot. So thanks for watching this update. I actually have been quite busy filming interviews, so I'm going to be uploading them this weekend or maybe early next week. So do subscribe for that, and I'll see you lot next time. Bye.